Good morning, Cowboy Jim up here in Fort McMurray. I I have been trying to put together some thoughts that will provoke thought, your processing of thought, which is incidentally probably so far beyond my own. And I have been studying corruption in high places, the same as you. And whether you understand it or not, it doesn't matter. I, in the last video, had a lot of fun. I'd like to throw you a couple of more points. Hey, I've spent a lot of time in the mines in my life trying to gently let people know that there is an alternative to religion. And the alternative is the Creator, whose Son suffered, bled, and died on the cross and all that stuff. And people, they look at me like, you are really crazy. And I have another crazy friend. Well, he's not crazy either. I'm not. I truly believe I'm not. Hey, bad breath, who knows? Might be the last one to know. And, but my friend's name, I met him some time ago, and oh, gee, trying to remember where. Oh, yeah, it's hard. But his name is Vlad, V-L-A-D. And I mentioned where I worked at that particular time, some time ago. I said I ran into a man called Vlad who works for us in a different area of endeavor in the mine. Whatever mine, and two or three of the supers, they did this, and they said, "Oh, don't speak harshly to Vlad. Oh, no." And I looked at them, and they said, "Oh no, you be careful with Vlad. Don't mess with that boy. He's a hand to hand. He is a fighter, and he does not back down from anyone." And I thought, that's why he and I got along so well. The first day I met Vlad, I don't think it was 2 minutes and we were talking about God. And it wasn't hardly any time at all until that conversation was almost over and Vlad said, "Oh, I am so glad I met you." And it is strange in our world of supposed truth that we live in. One person is lifted up, another person is condemned. And having been the one that was condemned, it's kind of hard for the people that I have met to have them walk up to me and say, "How you doing, Jim?" And what a lot do. But anyways, let's leave that a little bit, and I'll just try to do that. And I'd like to just make a couple of points. I'm reading this, okay? I wrote it down. Impending war has allowed the Democratic Party in the States, liberals in Canada, liberals around the world, the opportunity to further advance their new Green Deal. Instead of opening up the U.S. oil fields, which could easily allow America to be oil independent, instead the Democrats are lauding, having a hard time reading my own writing, the benefit of electric cars, trucks, etc. If you ask a Democrat down in the States, what is the greatest issue at hand right now, it would not be the war, it would not be Xi Jinping and his desire, and he's gonna take over Taiwan. It would be global warming. It might be a plague. Let's call it. Just don't want to use that other word. Oh, geez, that's not good. Oh, shoot. Okay, further. I'm not going to read very long, okay? Two more little statements. The politicians of the world use the tragedies like the invasion of the Ukraine to advance their goals. While we're concentrating on one thing and being led there pretty good, handily actually, the politicians are sneaking in other things. It's like any aid going to the Ukraine that is motivated by the heart of the people. The Democrats in the states are going to slip in as many bills as they can to limit guns, gun control. Not limited. Well, they're going to implement more. Canada. The politest people on earth. Canada is now limiting, get this, 22 rifles. They're primarily used for target practice. Secondarily, they're used for shooting spruce hens. It's a form of harvesting nature for food. And Canada is now limiting the ownership of 22 rifles. Also, assault-style shotguns. You may not realize this, but a good assault shotgun is a defense mechanism that I wished every family in Canada had one or two. Mine was stolen by the abuser from a year ago, and okay. If a government can control the weaponry of the people in their own country, limits the possible uprising of the people against their own government. Why would the people of the world, not just Canada, but the world, why would the people of the world wish to limit the control that the government has over them? Example, a Freedom Convoy. I was down in Coutts the morning they, RCMP, took down the people who apparently had guns. I've spoken with a few people from down there. There were guns there, but they weren't brought by the people, I'm told. May be true, may not be. Doesn't matter, but it does matter. Apparently, they were delivered there from a farm 20 odd miles away. Who knows? Because we don't know. We don't know because some, not all, law enforcement agencies believe the result, the outcome, is more important than the process. That breaking the law, well, that's a shameful thing for people to do, and they are subject to recrimination. But breaking the law by enforcement is okay if the resultant outcome meets the overall direction of law and order. It's not okay because the process is important to do things correctly. Why is the government implementing a trodding of the peoples of the world? Now, they are trying diligently, the government is trying diligently to eliminate blue-collar workers. And how you do that, starve them out. So we just got out of a couple of years of medical horror. 6 million people died. It's quite a lot. Well, it's not as much, I guess it's the same fundamentally as the Holocaust and the attempted elimination of Israel from the face of the earth by Hitler. And we are in a warfare, and I am not an alarmist. I'm not a, what is that called? A theorist on, oh, whatever. You understand what I'm trying to say. I'm 72. And I'm guarding what I say. You have no idea. Yesterday I had some videos. They took a long time to get on. And then last night, every time I tried one of my own videos, it played for 3 seconds and it stopped. I had come that close to transgressing what is allowed. So I hope this doesn't throw it over the top. But I said earlier in the previous video, the next real war, I don't mean the one we're in. We are now at present in the Third World War. And many people are going to die, and that will meet the political agenda of countries all around the world, because apparently there are too many people on the earth, and I agree with that. But I think of there being too many politicians on the earth. Oh, not men like Donald Trump or Stephen Harper, but there are too many politicians, and they by attrition only will they be curtailed. Attrition being they grow old, they have squandered enough of the country's money, and they have builded up their own bank accounts, and now they're content to sit back for a couple of years and let the earth go to hell in a handbasket that they, as politicians, helped create. It's just a thought. I'm just a trucker and a poor rancher. So, what do you as a people have as options for influencing the things that are going on in the world? Well, you're very limited. You are. Elections, yes, that's how you get rid of politicians. Vote them out of power. But if the voting system is compromised, as many have been the last few years, will you ever really accomplish anything? I don't think so. So I think our possible means of standing against corruption in high places is actually coming down to praying. But God in His scripture has delineated very clearly His game plan, and it's being fulfilled. It's not God's fault that our children, women, and children being raped and killed in the Ukraine. It's Satan's fault because he exacts a high price from everyone. He takes, God gives. Oh, Satan sometimes gives quite a bit too, but it's not for the good of the people. Okay, God bless. Before I go, your only hope is to pray. And you better get to know who you're praying to. You're praying to Satan, give her hell. You're praying to God, go for it. But know yourself, know your environment, know the problem, know the solution if there is one. Change those things you can. Don't worry about the things you can't. Get to know the creator of this whole universe, okay? God bless.